P1M Cup Series for the Martinsville race. Tonight we're doing things a little bit differently. We're going to start out with a pre-race show and then go right into the race. I'm Gary alongside Rob and Joe. Joe is just now joining us for tonight's race for his first deal at this broadcasting career. And guys, what do you think about this race tonight?
There should be. It's gonna be. To turn into your typical short track race. Lots of beating and banging. It is Martinsville, so never know what you're gonna expect.
What about you,
I
Joe?
agree with you there. I think it's going to be a fun, exciting race. I mean, I'm willing to bet you that we'll see a lot of bumper to bumper, and it should be an entertaining race.
Oh yeah, for sure. Martinsville, it's definitely one of those most unique tracks on the circuit that we go to because with the asphalt and the straightaways and the concrete in the corners, you hear drivers sometimes say that it drives more of like a concrete track than it does, just your normal asphalt track.
Yeah, I've heard that as well from a few drivers that I've had the chance to talk to about it. It's a very unique track, like you said. Very difficult as well.
I mean, they always do say that Martinsville is a short track that thinks it's a super speedway, so we'll see how it all plays out tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. And with it being so tight and so flat here, they kind of rely more on the technical handling of these cars as they try to go through the center of the corner. And so, it's kind of interesting. I do have a stream going on. I also have the comments off to the side. Yes, Gio, this is a stream. I am streaming. This is commentary for NASCAR Heat 3, so you will get to witness some NASCAR Heat 3 going on. And they're racing at Martinsville tonight, so it should definitely be a lot of fun. I have Rob and Joe here with me in the booth, so hopefully you can hear them loud and clear.
What's up, Gio?
But as we get going here, Joe, this is your first time commentating. What are you looking for as far as being outside the race car and looking at the racetrack?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a different sight for me tonight. I'm used to seeing things from behind the wheel, in the cockpit of a race car. So I'm really kind of excited just to call the action from a different view tonight and enjoy it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, good. Yeah, we will be sure to keep track of the laps this time. Last week, it was a little crazy between, the last lap. We had about 3 last laps, didn't we, Rob, last week? So we're trying to work on our improvement of communication. I've got the owner of the league in my other ear here as we're getting going here. They're just about to start qualifying now, and hopefully this one goes well. We got Joe joining us in the booth, so it should be a fun race.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun having a third guy up here with us.
I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, like I said, it's something different for me. My first try at it, so I'm going to try and do my best.
Well, this track is definitely going to be a race of endurance tonight. They're going to be running 250 laps, which is probably going to be one of the longer races of the schedule. So it'll be interesting to see...
One thing I have to say, it's definitely here to fly by. That 250 laps here to fly by before you know if this goes caution free.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we might even see some green flag pit stops here if they really do race that clean. Last week it was a pretty clean race, especially in stage 2.
Oh yeah, they went flag to flag last week in stage 2, which surprised me. They put on some really good clean racing.
Yeah, and it got really spread out, so hopefully with the tighter short track, and there's a couple of guys making their first start tonight, so hopefully tighter track, closer quarters, maybe it'll create some more close racing.
Maybe.
I mean, you guys with 250 laps, I mean, you guys got to keep in mind, and they're going to probably be pulling upper 18 to lower 19 second lap time, so 250 laps should fly by pretty quickly as long as there's not really too many wrecks and they keep it somewhat clean and decent.
Most definitely. So, reason why we're doing this a little bit differently tonight is because, there was a driver in this league. His name was John Alexopoulos, aka Matt Anger. He used to drive in this league, but here recently he died of brain cancer. So he used to drive the 2-car a lot in this league, and they are actually going to officially possibly retire the number 2 from ever being raced again in the Cup Series, at least. But what they want to do is take the first 2 laps tonight of the race as more of silent pace laps and kind of do a moment of silence for them. So condolences to him and his family. Obviously, cancer sucks. But definitely a class act of what this league is trying to do for this guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I love the fact that they're doing this. I may have not known the guy or ever raced with them, but just the fact that they're doing this is awesome.
I mean, I didn't know the guy personally myself, but it definitely sucks when somebody passes away from something like that. So yeah, agree with you there. Condolences to the family, and I mean, it's definitely nice to see what they're doing for him tonight in his memory.
So is there anything in particular that you guys want to discuss as we get in here to Martinsville? There's kind of, a lot of things to talk about for sure, but it just seems like tonight that there was just a lot of excitement going into this race from the league perspective. It looks like they're going to have about between 7 and 9 racers possibly showing up tonight. So this could definitely be one of their bigger races here as far as the year is concerned.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of excitement with the drivers going to here tonight. It's seemed to be a very popular track, and all the drivers seem like they really want to win this race because of the history of the track and what it means to a lot of guys to win a short track.
Do you think that we could possibly see what we saw, this past Sunday at Martinsville? Could we possibly see, a possible bump and run for the win?
Possibly, yeah. That'd just be your typical short track race if that happens as well. Nothing you could, if that was to happen, I think that'd make this finish a heck of a lot more exciting than what it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when it comes down to the end, it doesn't matter if one guy is racing the other guy clean. I mean, the other guy could just not like him being in front of him, and he can move him up out of the way and possibly spin him out or get him loose and take the win away from him.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, you'll definitely see some bump and runs, maybe not even just for first tonight. Definitely a lot of good battles all over the racetrack for sure.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
As I seen here with the other race I commentated here on a few Fridays ago, there was definitely just a lot of close competitive racing.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, there is one guy that I do kind of want to spotlight tonight for this race. Actually, there's 2. One of them being a driver of the number 32, Trenton, as we all know. He's a good buddy of mine. He's actually making his first start in this race tonight, and he said he loves Martinsville. May not be one of his better short tracks, but he's looking forward to racing it as always. And then our winner from last week, Jade Burr in the 41 car, he looks like he's really ready to take off and hopefully take the league by storm. He's done some laps. He's done some practice laps this week. He said he was really looking forward to the race and hopefully winning the thing.
Yeah. I'll tell you though that in my experience of racing with this guy tonight, definitely keep your eyes out on the number 88. I think that he's really going to be the upsetting factor tonight at Martinsville. I mean, I've seen him run really well at Martinsville in the past. So I mean, the 88 is going to be a factor that you guys might want to pay attention to as well.
I think the 32 and the 41 of Jade and Trenton could be some options. Heck, I even think there could be a surprise winner in the 9 car, maybe.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But the guy who I'd say keep your eye out for would be the 48. I think the 48 of Bradley Shores is going to try and redeem himself after last week in the Heartbreaker Auto Club.
Yeah, definitely. With Jade making that bump and run there in turns 3 and 4 with about 2 or 3 laps to go, that was a ballsy move on his part. Normally, you don't see drivers doing a whole lot of that.
Oh yeah. The favor, who knows? Maybe the favor might get repaid tonight.
Yeah, we are going to a very much shorter track and at lower speeds, so you'll definitely see a bump and run or 2.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and we all know that from previous races at Martinsville that the bottom is going to be the preferred lane to the corners. It's going to be a matter of who's going to dive down there in front of the other and actually hold the spot and not get up out of the groove. Because as soon as they get out of the groove, then it's a different ball game tonight. So like I said, earlier on in the show, it should be an entertaining race and fun to call.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I like what Dale Jr. basically said about all these bump and runs. It basically depends on who's doing it and who they're doing it to. If it's, say, Chase Elliott doing that move on, I don't know, Kevin Harvick, everybody's gonna love that. Chase Elliott moves somebody out of the way to win a race. But if Logano does that to Elliott, everybody's gonna lose their mind. So, it's definitely interesting to see the sequence of events of how people race people and what the driver code is today. It seems to be a lot different.
Yeah, definitely on that. Honestly, it is a lot different. The driver code is just amazingly different.
But underway right now, they are currently having qualifying. As I can hear James in my other ear, they are doing some qualifying laps, and hopefully we'll get to see who lays down the fast lap time.
Yeah.
So, but as far as this race goes, before the race, did you guys have any of the famous Martinsville hot dogs?
I had one, yeah.
I probably had one. I probably had 5 too many, because I'm a bigger guy. I like the hot dogs here, and they're only $2 over the concession stand, so you should get yourself one.
There's enough of them over any race weekend to actually spend near it's like 3 times.
And we are not supposed to entice the fans to purchase anything.
Oh, we're not supposed to do that? Oh, well.
Well,
darn.
I'm just messing around with them.
No, but as we are getting ready to go here, there is a lot of other exciting things to talk about. I do want to mention some real-life NASCAR news as we're on the topic of NASCAR. But what do you guys think of basically GMAC being reborn as Ally and Ally sponsoring Jimmy Johnson for the next 2 years for every single race?
I think that's good for Johnson that he got himself a primary sponsor for the next few years, especially if Lowe's leaving out of the sport, which is a big shocker.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be awkward seeing him drive something other than Lowe's. I mean, he's had great success with Lowe's. I mean, 7 championships with 1 sponsor and with 1 crew chief, and next year he doesn't have Lowe's and he doesn't have Chad Canal, so it's definitely going to be an interesting season for the 48 team next year.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting transition, similar to when when Jeff lost his sponsor with DuPont. I'm gonna let you guys take it from here real quick.
All right, yeah, when Jeff lost his sponsor DuPont, but when the ARP stepped up for Jeff, it was definitely weird seeing a different car that wasn't either a rainbow based or having flames on it saying DuPont. But seeing Exalta get back in the sport, which is just DuPont under just a different division of DuPont, was very cool though for Jeff's final year or two.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the 24 of William Byron bringing that sponsor back onto the 24. I mean, that's that was a really neat paint scheme to see him do. And he's bringing that back next year, which is going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. One quick tidbit off topic here. As we're getting into this race, guys, just make sure that we do not enter the race until it's my call, because if we get in there too soon, we'll be actually driving the car, so we don't want to do that.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, this change should definitely be an interesting one, to say the least, for Jimmy Johnson, with a new crew chief and a new sponsor.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think that Chase Elliott has shown some success this season with the Camaro. I mean, I think that next year the Camaro will continue to evolve and get better. This year has been all about Ford, but next year Ford's going to a different body, so I think that they're going to kind of struggle a little bit, kind of like the Camaro did this year. But we'll see what'll happen next year.
Alrighty, guys, we are gonna be hopping in.
How do we hop into it? You have the invite or what?
I'll have to send you guys invites here in just a second.
I'm already in.
You're
I'll
already?
invite both you guys.
Okay, I'm attempting to join the network here,
Okay.
so
Yeah, you'd have to invite me in.
Okay. Oh, he invited you. Okay, Rob's on it today. Thank you, Rob. I really do appreciate it. Looks like Brad Shores is going to be starting on the pole for this race, so this should definitely be some exciting racing here as we get into Martinsville.
I told you he would be wanting that redemption. He's gonna come with the. He's gonna come for it, man.
And more of the surprise here, Billy Milner, the 10 car, will be starting on the pole, or on the outside pole as well. So it's definitely going to be an interesting race here. Are you able to get in here, Joe?
I gotta find which one it is.
Oh, well, let me send you an invite.
I never got an invite. There it is.
There you go. Yeah, just go ahead and accept that, and we'll be good to go.
So we got the 48 on the pole tonight, 10 on the outside pole. The 88, the one I picked to watch, is starting way back in 7th. And then on his outside will be the 9.
Alrighty, guys, let's just take a moment of silence here to commemorate John Mad Anger and get ready to go racing here. Alrighty, guys, as we are getting ready to go through turn number 4, it looks like we are going to get set to go this time by, potentially, and we are underway, it looks like, and the 48 is going to take the lead as we head into turn number 1.
The 48's gonna get the lead, and he's gonna clear the 10 coming out of turn 1. It looks like 32, Trenton's gonna slot his way into 3rd, and he's gonna make a move onto the 10.
Looks like they're gonna make a move onto 2nd here as we exit turn number 4 for the first lap of green flag competition. The 48 is going to lead the lap, and let's take you through the field if we would. As oh, there's contact between the 41 and the 10. The 10 is starting to fall back a little bit.
Yeah, big contact there between them guys.
It looks like the 10's going to try to make his way through the 42 car here, and Jay looks like he's kind of struggling early there, our defending race winner here from last week.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but the 9 got loose there on the front straightaway.
Yeah, it looks like he's struggling with the handling problem here early, as we're just kind of going through the field here, and rounding out the field is going to be the number 88 of Dylan, and he's always seemed to have a struggle here early, but once he gets a setup underway and gets a few laps under his belt, he seems to be one of the competitors to beat.
Yeah, that showed last week. I'm pretty sure he was in the race last week. He looked pretty decent.
Yep, but it looks like here Trenton's going to try to make a run here for the 48, but it looks like everything's kind of single-filed out here right now as we're trying to get things going here under green here at Martinsville.
Yeah.
Right now, that 48's got complete control over the 32. I don't think the 32 is going to be able to get a run on him just yet, but he's still going to try it on that inside line.
Oh yeah, it looks like everybody for the most part is going to be able to stay on the black here as we are under caution here for the first time today. So they are going to get ready to double file up here and possibly make some pit stops.
Look like the caution was on the 88.
Yes, that is the word I am hearing.
It's kind of unique to see an underdog in a 32 up here in 2nd position, trying to fight for the lead.
But looks like everybody's going to be ducking down pit road here. They only completed a few short laps. What do you think they're going to be primarily focusing on here, guys, as we head to the first round of pit stops here?
Getting their setups and just trying to see what they can do.
If I'm coming down pit road right now, I'm doing 4 tires and loosening up the car a little bit and seeing what it can do on the run.
Yeah, and depending, NASCAR Heat 3 this year has a very unique way of how they set up the cars this year. They have 9 pre-default sliders that they can choose from, 1 being the tightest and 9 being the loosest. And depending on what slider you pick for your quick races, that transfers to online racing. So some of these guys, really the only thing they have to do is just some tire pressures and maybe a minor wedge adjustment here, as we see the 48 be the first car off pit road, followed by the 32.
And then they're followed by the 10 and the 42, and then there was a close race off pit road with the 9.
Yep, looks like the 41 was able to nudge him out just a slight bit. I guess what's great about these short track races is everybody's ready to get back underway and double up really quick. So, and we are back underway.
The 32 was caught really sleeping there. My God.
Yeah. Being on the outside here for these restarts is really one of the biggest struggles here on NASCAR Heat 3, because the leader, he really gets to be able to control the race from the restart box.
Oh, the 41
is
G
way down
there. That apron there, the curb.
Yeah, you don't want to hit that curb here because that'll really upset the handling of the car, and everybody misses turn number 1 there on back, and Jade is around in the 41.
That'll probably matter caution, I'm imagining, once they race it back to the line.
And caution is out.
And I'm hearing word that caution is out officially. I'm trying to hear everything that's going on within the race. Kind of hard to hear James sometimes. He is our race control here. But they only ran a lap, so I don't think anybody's going to pit here. I think they're just going to double up and go, unless they didn't get their setup in.
48 and 32 look like they're down there trying to go in.
The 9 car is staying out, and so is the 42, but it looks like everybody else is going to go down pit road.
That is correct. The 9 is going to take the control position here on this next restart.
But kind of interesting here. It looks like a little strategy playing a little early. I think the reason why some of these guys might be pitting is maybe they didn't get their setup all the way in from the last caution.
Yeah, maybe they didn't, or maybe they just want to get out there. Maybe just put some more fuel in it and see what they can do. Maybe just trying out strategy, these guys.
For sure, but it looks like track position is probably going to be the main key to tonight's race. If you could stay out front, at least in a lot of these races that I've commentated so far, the closer you are to the front, the better chance you have of staying up there. But if you get mired back to the back of the pack, it's really hard to pass some of these guys. As we see the 48 win the race off pit road, or no, the 41 looks like will win the race off pit road, followed by the 48 and the 32.
The 41 has been making some leaps and bounds off of pit road tonight so far on these first 2 cautions.
Yep, so far.
That's going to matter because the 41's got the start in the back to him having the caution.
That is true. He will have to start in the rear, and it looks like he is slowing down now for them all. But it looks like they will get ready to go this next time here. It looks like the 9 has chose the bottom for the restart.
That's always going to be the preferred lane here at Martinsville.
Yeah, I'm always one of those weird people when I've driven in the past year. I usually like taking that outside lane. I think it gives me a better angle going into the turn.
I guess it's pretty much all the driver's preference on the line that they choose. I mean, the 9 has always been synonymous with choosing that inside.
Yeah, but so far it looks like the inside line has been the line to prevail, but it looks like they are going to go green this time. It looks like everybody's ready to go. So we'll leave it up to James, the control car. And a green flag's back in the air.
Great launch there for the 9.
Yeah, he
had a really good launch on the 32 as well.
Yes, he did. It looks like the 9, though, of James is going to be able to prevail here on the exit of 2, and the 42's falling straight behind.
Oh, the overcorrection there by the 32 not to go on the pit road after getting bumped by the 48 of Bradley.
Yep, absolutely. A little bit of bumping and banging going on in the back of the pack here early. But it looks like James and the 42, both of them are kind of taking a unique line. Kind of basically running the middle, it looks like. They're not quite hugging the curb like some of these other guys are.
That 42 is quickly caught up in the back of the 9.
Yeah, if they can get that middle lane to work, it's definitely going to be an advantage. They can prove they can pass up there, maybe pinch other guys down onto the curb.
Absolutely, but it looks like the 32 is trying to make some clean passes here early, trying to get back toward the front after having a bad restart.
Yeah.
Some side-by-side racing going on for fourth, and now looks like Jade is in the wall once again, but it looks like there's going to be no caution for it. 42 trying to make a move on the 9 for the lead here, as we got a nice little battle for the lead.
That 42 has definitely caught him.
Oh yeah, it looks like he gave him a bump there, and exiting 4 once again, it looks like it's going to be James leading the lap.
And now that actually brings the 48 up into the mix here for the lead as well.
Yep, looks like the 42 kind of overdrove the entrance of turn number 1 there, and it's going to kill him coming down the back straightaway here going into 3. But yeah, that 48 is hugging that curb.
The 42, if he would just stop being so, I guess I'll say stupid in the situation and trying to go high and just follow in the footsteps of the 9, he'd probably still be on, and the 48 still be having to make ground up.
Yeah, if he would just hug that bottom lane and then try to make a pass on the exit.
42 and the 48
the 42
are
turned the
around.
48.
And there's a big crash here between the 42 and the 48. Caution will wave this time.
That one seemed like it was a little bit intentional to me, guys.
Yeah, maybe some frustration between those two drivers here as we are under the yellow once again. So looks like everybody's kind of slowing down here, almost like a red flag situation. Well, the 48's able to get going again, but the 42 is still stuck on the curb.
And we'll take a quick commercial break.
Yes, we will go NASCAR nonstop. Well, I can't talk about Smoketronics, not for this league anyway. But we would like to brought to you this commercial by McDonald's. Looks like that is the completion of the first stage here as we are going back to green. And looks like the 9 and the 32 are neck and neck going into turn number 1. Oh my gosh, the 88 just overdrives the corner.
3 wide.
3 wide is not going to work here at Martinsville, as we saw last week. But the 88's trying to make another move, and the 10 hits the curb. And then it looks like the 9 is probably going to pull away.
Nah, the 32's all over the 9. He might get a move on him, man.
Yeah, well, oh, the 9 hits the wall. Oh, everybody's crashing here, but they're all going to keep going here. Looks like everybody was able to keep it straight.
But there's going to be a caution.
Yeah, but I'm hearing caution from the tower. That is correct. Looks like we are under caution once again here at Martinsville. For the first date of 500 here. Sponsored by Napa Auto Parts and McDonald's and Exalta. And you can tell I'm just naming the sponsors off the race car at this point.
Lowe's.
Yeah, the first date of 500 here at Martinsville.
But, what do you think here, Rob? It really is still the beginning of the stage. Do you think you would pit in this situation, or would you stay out?
That's a tough question. I think I'm going to do what the opposite of what the leader does at this point.
Oh, looks like we are back under green flag racing. I think this league does the cautions, yes. And we are back underway at Martinsville, and the 42 looks like he's going to try to string out here for the lead going into turn 1. Oh, and they make contact with the 9. Oh, the 42 is into the wall, and he spins. Looks like there's a minor lag here for a moment. And the caution is out. Looks like it's going to be ruled a lag caution, perhaps, between the 42 and the 9. Because the 9 just kind of hit him and then just kind of shot out by about 10 seconds.
Yeah, there's definitely no give here tonight at this track. I mean, they're just beating and banging into each other and not really driving smart tonight from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's just kind of doing Demolition Derby style. It's kind of getting hectic out there, as Gio's telling me here in the chat, but hopefully they'll be able to get it together a little bit.
Ricky Stenhouse in the Coke 0400.
Yeah, it kind of does. It looks like they're going to be able to go green once again. Maybe. Hard telling. Next time by, they will go green. Okay. Good.
That'd be my guess, at least.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here. I think you're right, Rob. I think they are running the game cautions here, which is pretty weird, I would say. Don't see that too often from leagues these days.
This isn't a game caution. I actually think this is a manual caution, by the way the drivers are driving.
Yeah, it does look pretty manualified here. But Billy is going to be the control car here, coming off of turn number 4. And we're back underway. 48 gets a huge jump on the outside. And is able to take the lead.
The first time tonight the outside prevails on a restart.
Absolutely, and now it looks like everybody's going to try to get into their track position here and try to hopefully single file this out. And everybody's kind of missing turn 3 there. And the 88 and the 32 are making contact. But looks like the 48 once again is out front and prevailing so far here early on.
Yeah, it looks like the 48 definitely has one of the better cars here today when he can get out front. There goes the 32 underneath the 42. Textbook clean pass here at Martinsville. Just get it down there on the bottom and drive it by.
Absolutely. To me so far, it looks like the 32 and really the 48 are really able to just roll through the center of these turns here at Martinsville. And that's what you really want here as you're going through the corners here. You really don't care about entry and exit as much as long as you can get through the center of the turn.
Yeah,
and
I
that
have
48
to agree
is running
with
so smooth. And the 48 is running so smooth that he doesn't even have to get all the way down to the bottom in the corners. I mean, he's just flat out fast.
Yeah, and but you also kind of want to conserve your tires here as well, because if you try to push it too hard, you could really eat up your tires here as the course of the run goes on.
Yeah, as we were seeing with Joey Logano and was it Brad Keselowski this past weekend with the Penske cars, I'm pretty sure were the ones that had really good short run speed. Once the tires went away, it was the 11 and 78 who had the best cars.
Yeah, for the most part, definitely. But it looks like Trenton's trying to make his way back up through the field here. Let's go on board with the Keen Parts Corvette Parts.net Ford here of Matt DiBenedetto. He's running a nice little throwback this week for Jeff Burton. Back in the year 2000, I do believe.
That'd be the Exide Batteries Ford.
Yes. Oh, and the 41 is up into the wall and spinning. Wow, that was a nice view from the 32. That'll be some good footage right there. But looks like the caution will be out.
I've been riding on board with this 32 for most of the race, and I'll just say he's been nothing but having picture-perfect clean passes and lines here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it looks like everybody's going to be able to gather it up here, and the 32 will take second out of the deal.
And that 48 on that run just checked out on the entire field.
Yeah, absolutely. And we kind of saw this last week at Auto Club, where the 48, once he got out into clean air, he was able to just pull away from everybody.
Yeah, the 48 looks to be the best car this night, with the 32 probably being the second best car, it appears.
Absolutely, and they're kind of accelerating and going and all that kind of stuff. We're going to take it to you guys from here, and I'm going to try to get in touch with the tower.
Okay. Under this caution, I think he'd pit. He did a good amount of laps on these tires. If I'm the leader, I'm at least going to see who I can try and draw in. And the 32 is going to stay out with the 48 going in. The 32 is going to be taking it from here. So is the 88 and the 9 staying out.
I'm definitely with the 48 on this decision to go in and pit and get some fresh tires. He's got the 42 and 41 in with him as well. I mean, it's definitely going to be a good call for him. I mean, he's definitely got a fast car tonight, so I mean, it's really not going to hurt him in the end.
It's not a bad decision by the 32 either. He's been trying to get out front all night, so this is a kind of crucial decision for him to come in.
I mean, it's one of those cases of which one is better, track position or fresh tires.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's me, I'm going fresh tires, but I mean, that's just a driver in me. I want fresh tires every chance I get.
Exactly. I think, but either way, it's a smart strategy on both teams.
This was definitely an important pit stop for these guys as far as strategy goes. We got 23 laps left in this stage.
I think the 10 cars had
no longer
technical difficulties. Yes, I think he had an engine blow or something. Had to park it.
I am hearing that is correct. He had a blown engine in the number 10.
Yeah, blown engine for the number 10. That's really unfortunate for Billy, because he was running pretty good out there, running around in the top 5.
Yeah.
That looks like he's kind of hitting the wall and all that kind of crap.
In the front row.
Yep, it's definitely the most interesting front row of the race so far, because we've never really seen Dylan up here, but Trenton's been kind of in the top 2 rows for pretty much every single restart so far, but it'll be interesting to see what he could do with the inside lane.
Oh yeah.
We'll take it down to our pit reporter for an update on the 10 car, which I now see him just spinning everywhere on the racetrack.
Yeah, you know, I was in a league race a few weeks ago at Martinsville. I was actually racing in it, but Rob was actually there commentating, and my car was having similar issues. But we are back underway here. Let's kind of reel our focus back under here as we got the aerial view presented by Ally, as Trenton will be able to take the lead coming off of turn number 2, and a pretty commanding lead at that.
And we have teammates there battling for second for a moment.
And the 10 car. There he is, as he's going through the shot there. But yeah, it looks like a pretty convincing battle there from second on back as far as the rest of these guys here. But
it seems like that 32 car is just checked out now.
Yep, for the most part, it'll be interesting to see if the 48 can get around these guys and possibly battle for the lead before the end of the stage.
Possibly. It'd be interesting to see, just like you said.
I mean, we're still early on in this stage. I mean, there's still a lot of action to come in this stage, but we'll see if everything mellows out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it looks like it's been pretty hectic out here as now the 48's trying to make another pass on the 9 car.
And he gets it. He clears them.
And it looks like, this is probably the most exciting action we'll see here as far as stage 1 goes, as far as the 48, seeing if he can possibly contend for the lead with that 32 before the end of the stage.
The 48 is already caught up to the bumper of the 88.
Yeah, it looks like the 48's going to definitely try to use a bumper, but the 88 hits the wall, and it looks like he's going to get the position anyway. So 48's going to clear the 88. That's interesting. Yes, we are, and there's not that many laps to go. We took 22 to go once we took the green flag.
Oh, okay.
So there's still quite a few laps to go on the stage, like Joe was saying. Plenty of time for, another caution or something of that nature. It looks like they're still under green. It looked there for a second. Everybody just overshot turn 1, but it looked like a caution.
But keep in mind too that 48 restarted at the back of the field after pitting, and he's up in second place. Now he's going to try and chase down that 32 for the lead.
Yes, sir. But it looks like the 88 is having a little bit of a struggle, kind of pushing up the racetrack a little bit. But let's go ahead and look at this possible battle for the lead here with the 48 reeling in the 32. It looks like those 4 Mr. Feelgoods right there are starting to pay a little bit of dividends.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that 48's starting to come in a hurry, honestly. He'll be on his back bumper before you know it.
Yeah, it looks like...
I would say he'll probably be up on his bump within the next 2 to 3 laps, possibly.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It just looks like that 48 with the fresher tires is able to roll through that corner, roll through the center a lot better than what the 32's been able to do so far.
So far, yeah, the fresh tires definitely making a difference, in my opinion, in his ability to be able to roll to the turn better.
And it looks like he's able to enter the corner a lot harder, and he's right on the 32's back bumper now. This should be an exciting battle for the lead.
This should be very exciting.
Oh, looks like the 48 kind of moves up the 32 a little bit, using the bumper here.
Side by side with him now.
And now they're side by side going on the back straightaway, but it looks like the 48 is going to have the preferred line. No, the 32 clears him.
He gets the curb a little bit.
Yeah, that little driver mistake. Now he's just going to have to reel the 32 back in ever so slowly as we get into the last few laps of the stage. It looks like we are hearing caution once again on the speedway.
Dang, that...
Oh, sorry. No caution. 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go now here left in the stage.
41 is... Okay, never mind. The 41 is not around. That was just a slight lag on my screen.
Oh, well. We got all this exciting action. I'm glad we got 3 of us up here to call this race, because it looks like the 48... I'm really focused on this battle for the lead here, guys. But it looks like the 48 might not be able to get him here as they're running out of time. Looks like about 8 laps to go here in the stage.
Yeah, the 48 kind of just faded off after he hit the curbing down there when he was side by side with the 32.
Yeah, that really does take a wear on your tires when you hit the curb or get back into the gas too soon. It really does take some life out of those tires by about a lap or 2.
There's also an interesting 3-car battle for third back here with the 88, the 42, and the 9. They're all side by side.
Oh yeah, they're all side by side, juking and jiving for position here. Looks like the 9 is going to move the 42 up the racetrack. Oh, and 9 loses control a little bit, and he spins. The caution will wave here. Caution is out.
Disconnecting me out. Hang on, guys.
And the caution is out for the 9 car. He did spin going down the back straightaway. Hopefully you have another invite there, Joe, so you can get back in. If not,
I don't have another invite.
You don't? Or you do?
No, I don't. I only have one.
Well, you know, you are more than welcome to watch it from my view here on the stream if you want to try to stay in.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can pull up your stream. I just type in your PSN on YouTube, right?
No, it's my name, Gary Wells. 2 R's in Gary. Garry Wells.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pull up the stream on YouTube and call action.
You have like a 30-second delay, I'm pretty sure, right?
I'm not sure.
Am I right in saying that, Gary?
Looks like there's going to be 3 laps left in the stage once they go green here, Rob.
Ah, okay. There's gonna be like a 30-second delay between live feed and the stream, right?
Something like that. So, Joe, it's up to you if you want to stay or not, but it's going to be kind of hard for you to be able to broadcast and watch with the delay.
I mean, I'll still watch. It's fine.
Alrighty.
Yeah, just mute yourself so you don't have to hear the echo, please.
But thank you, Joe, for helping us out a little bit here. Looks like we're going to have 3 laps to go here in stage 1 once they take the green. If not, possibly 2 to go. Looks like we're going to have 3 laps in stage 1 once they take the green. If not, looks like they're going to take the green next time by as everybody's going to double file up here. Looks like they're going to...
Can you just turn down your volume a bit so you don't hear the echo, Joe?
Yes, Joe, they don't want to hear me twice. I'm pretty sure Gio doesn't want to hear me for a second time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And 2 to go here for the restart. So this will be an interesting stage finish here, as the 32 will be the control car. Do you think they're gonna? I think it's gonna be. I think all hell's gonna break loose once they go down here to turn 1 here late in the stage.
I tend to agree. I think if the 48 can get a good jump, him and the 32 are going to be side by side going into turn 1, and it's going to be very interesting from there.
And the green flag is back out in the air, and let's just go ahead and focus on the battle for the lead here as they enter into turn number 1. Oh, and all hell's breaking loose as they can go 3 wide behind second place, 3 wide for third place. And it looks like the 32 is going to have a slight lead going into turn number 3, but the 48 is right on his bumper as we take 1 to go in the stage.
Sponsored by Wrangler Jeans.
Yeah, sponsored by Wrangler. As looks like the 32 and the 48 are going to be nose to tail on the exit of 2, coming on the back straightaway. And for the final time in stage number 1, the 48 applies the bumper. And it looks like the 48 of Bradley Shores is going to win stage number 1 at Martinsville. Incredible. That is absolutely a textbook bump and run at Martinsville there for the stage 1 win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I watched that bump. That was actually pretty cool.
As man, I need a heart attack after that one. Whew, that was something. As looks like everybody's probably going to pit here under the stage caution, and as we get ready to go back to green.
Yeah, I think everyone should probably be pitting. It'd be smart in my mind to at least go under caution and pit and get forward Mr. Feelgoods on that car.
Yeah, but the 9 pitted under the last caution, so he might even stay out here to possibly try to have an early advantage here for stage number 2.
Maybe. That could be some strategy, yeah.
But looks like the 41 decides to pull a little strategy move and take the lead here for the early on in stage 2. Green flag is back in the air, and it looks like it's going to be a dead heat going into turn number 1 between the 41 and the 48 here, Rob.
Yeah, and the 41's going to clear the 48 coming out of turn 2.
Yep, and it's going to be side by side for second. Oh, well, looks like everybody's going to try to single file out here.
Yeah, I think here comes the 32 coming to the 48's back bumper.
Do you think the 32 is probably thinking about that 48 from the end of stage number 1 here?
Oh, by the way, I'm coming back
possibly.
into the live for the race because I found a way to get back in there.
Okay,
Okay.
alrighty, sounds good. As Joe is processing and getting back in here, it looks like we're going to have a battle here for second between the 42 and the 38. 48 and the
Yeah,
32, I'm sorry.
The 32 and the 48 have been the fastest cars all day, but the more they battle, the more the 41's going to be able to pull away.
Yep, and, you know, here at Martinsville, it's really all about that give and take.
Yeah, for sure. There's always going to have to be a lot of give and take. I think the 32 knows not to use his tires up real quick early in the stage.
Yep, for sure. It looks like there's still an intense battle going on for third on back though between the the 9 and the 42 here.
Yeah, I have to agree with that statement.
But looks like coming off of turn number 4, it's really just a battle between two packs.
He moves to 41 for the lead. What a
Wow!
move by the 38.
What a move by the 48 here to take the lead over the 41, and the 32 is going to get second.
32 just going to get in there.
This is an intense battle here, a three-way battle for the lead, but it looks like they might be able to pull away now from the 41. They were trying to be very patient, and that's an understatement with that 41 car. It looked like you might have only taken 2 tires here for the stage caution.
Around.
And the caution is out again for the 9, it looks like. Yeah, the 9 car was around. I'm hearing the burnouts. And James is calling for a caution, and we will have one here. And they actually had a pretty clean start here to the second stage.
They did. Very good start as well. I have to say, I'm not too shocked about it. If you can get some good, clean racing going, you'll definitely have a good stage.
Good stage, and you know what? The race will definitely fly by if everybody just shows a little bit of patience and not wrecking each other, as they did there in stage 1. But it looks like everybody's gonna dive down onto pit road here and get some 4 more tires and full of fuel and head back on out there.
Yeah, I'd say early stage you
48.
should come in, get fuel and tires, but if it's late stage and you haven't ran many laps on them, I'd say you stay out. Kind of like how you seen the 32 do there and nearly win the stage.
And the 48 just drug them all on the pit road with him here under his caution, so.
And the 48 will definitely have the advantage. Let's see if anybody decides to take 2 tires or no tires here.
Maybe there might be a guy who won't do that.
Well, it looks like it's going to be our typical usual suspects here for the battle off pit road so far. The 48 is going to win the battle off pit road, and it's not even close, followed by the 32. Is anybody having a black loading screen here? It looks like... Oh, I have lost connection to the server. Oh, that's great. That's great. Let's see. Oh, but I got your invite. You guys go ahead and commentate. I'm connected back to this bitch.
Back under green. Wow, the 32's just getting bullied up there up high. He is just getting manhandled up there.
And that 48 checked out on that restart. He's just gone. 41 is trying to chase him down.
In second, but who knows? That 32 just got manhandled. I'm shocked at the manhandling he got up high.
As I am trying to load back into the race here.
The 32 fell all the way towards the back.
He is in dead last of the cars that are running.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to really find his way back up there then, huh? And we are back underway. I do have a live video feed. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but it looks like the 32 is going to have his work cut out for him as we're back underway here.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
And as a reminder to all of our viewers, I will be competing in a few weeks in the P1M All-Star race. So that's going to be exciting for me to compete with these guys.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to you, seeing you out there.
Yeah, for sure.
24 for that race.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. We are under caution here for the 9 car once again and the 42. Those guys have made quite a bit of contact here so far tonight.
Yeah, they seems like the 9 and the 42 were getting into each other a lot. Almost feels like there's going to be some retaliation at some point. If that keeps happening. Am I the only one getting that feeling out of that?
You know, with these tempers here, you never know what really could happen here at Martinsville as far as these guys kind of losing their minds. But it looks like the 32.
32 stay out.
And so will the 9 and the 42, but they're going to have to drop to the back of the field anyway.
Yeah, so I would have just picked if I was them.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go any further back than what you were as far as the guys being involved with the caution.
With the caution, so I'm not sure why he even stayed out.
Yeah, that's kind of a questionable move. Especially if I spun, I would definitely want to take 4 tires.
I mean, but, you're gonna have to go all the way back to 6th place on the track, so I mean, probably shouldn't have stayed out there, but that's his call. I mean, he's not gonna gain anything out of it.
And I mean, that's why we're in the booth for us to make those opinions and for them to drive the race cars. Exactly. But yes, a very questionable decision there by the 9 and the 42. I definitely would have pitted in that situation.
Absolutely. I mean, they're gonna, they're gonna be 5th and 6th anyway. I mean, they probably should have just came in and just topped off the field and got some tires in the cars and blended back in the last row. But they obviously know something about their cars that we don't.
Yeah, maybe they think with a little bit of wear on their tires that the car handles better, and so maybe they just want to take her for a spin. I was actually talking with the driver of this number 88 car, Dylan Weck, the other day. He was telling me that with this setup and how he gets this car to turn and drive around Martinsville, he actually in the middle of the corners shifts down into 3rd gear. You normally don't hear about that at Martinsville or really at any other track very often anymore with these gearboxes being the way that they are.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the green flag is back in the air. I guess the 9 did not have to go to the back as he is going up at the 2nd here on that restart.
Yeah, that's
from my experience, I would not drive Martinsville like it's a road course where you have to downshift. But I mean, each driver has their own preference of how they're going to take each track.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. And the 41 is able to pull away for the lead, and the 32 is going to try to take 2nd away here from James here at some point.
At some point, yeah, the 32 is making a move, is trying to get to James. He's on him, just can't get the move in.
Well, James has hit the curve, so it looks like that opens the door for the 32 of Trenton.
He left the inside wide open for him, but he clears him down there into the turn.
There. Yeah. Here comes the 40. Here comes the 32. Sorry.
He's going to try to make that move again, coming down the back straightaway, but it looks like he doesn't have quite the exit speed. But it looks like the 32 is going to move him out of the way. Oh, they're beating and banging. They touched, but it looks like the 9 is going to save it. Caution's out. That's what we're hearing right now from the tower.
Caution for the 9 hitting the wall.
Caution for the 9 hitting the wall, and possibly contact with the 42, maybe. What
the caution's for.
Yeah.
I mean, the 9 definitely did hit that wall pretty hard, so.
Yeah, maybe they felt like there was some debris out there on the racetrack.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, that typical NASCAR fake debris caution.
Yeah, gotta have those once every single race, I'm gonna let you guys take it from here. I need some more water, and I don't have, we don't have producers on this broadcast to, fetch your water every 10 seconds. So I'll be back.
Yeah.
All right. So on this restart here, we'll have the 41 and 32 making up the front row. Not sure exactly what lane the 41 is going to choose. I mean, right now he's looking like he may choose the outside, but never know.
Yeah, who knows, honestly.
He's on the inside.
Yeah, he must have came out in the lead, so, yeah. And the green flag is back in the air as we go back green racing here at Martinsville, and it's going to be a drag race, and the 88 just overdrives the turn and makes a lot of contact with 32.
48 around. Well, no, or was that lag? That might have been lag, but he is way back there.
Wow. Yeah, the 32 is all over the 41's back bumper now. It's not looking good for the 41 if the 32 can get by him.
The 88 back there in 3rd. It doesn't look like he's gaining anything on the 32, but we'll see as the run goes.
Yeah, we'll definitely see as this run goes. I think the 32 definitely is one of the best cars on track with the 48 and maybe the 41.
Yeah, it looks like the 41 is able to find something in this setup and has been able to get things going here as of late.
Yeah.
You can definitely see right now that 41 is definitely got his hands full, and he's trying to hold off the 32, but I don't think that's going to work very long.
Here comes the 32 under him.
And 32 under him and takes the lead. You know, it looked like that 41 was really struggling from center off here these last few laps, so it was just only a matter of time before he lost his before he lost the lead there.
Yeah, I picked up on that center off struggle he was having as well.
As we'll go on board here with the leader in the number 32.
And yeah, this is the 32 has been easily the, if not the best car, the second best car all day, and he's just proving it.
Yeah, for the most part, it looks like everybody's just been able to keep it lean and green here, and the 9 and the 42 just can't seem to get away from each other, and they are wrecking, and the 9 is around once again. The caution is out again.
Them two have like a magnet call to each other. My God.
They just can't seem to get away from each other. But I guess that's really short track racing at its finest. At points, it seems like you just can't get away from each other.
I do know that in my league, James does not like the driver of the number 42, which is a different driver, by the way, but he just doesn't seem to get along with him very well. So I think that he sees that number 42 as his worst enemy.
I mean, you know, it looks like just that 40. He just doesn't get along with the number 42, just in general. Can't seem to quite get away.
Which is really going to make things interesting next week as we race for the championship, because James is in the championship 4 as well as the driver of the 42 in my league, so it's going to be interesting. So this is not going to be the first time that the 9 is going to see the McDonald's number 42.
Green flag is back in the air here.
Green flag is back in the air here. 32 laps to go in stage 2, and the 48 is around. And the low Chevrolet. And that will bring out the caution, as we are hearing word from James in the tower. It's going to be 31 to go at the line, and possibly 30 to go as we go green. Next time by.
Yeah, this should be pretty quick if they can get everything stacked back up.
From my view there, it looked like the 48 just kind of dove it in a little too hard there into the corner and caught the grass.
Yeah, I seen the same exact thing you did.
Yeah, it looks like the 48 was just trying to get all he could on corner entry and got a little too much that time, but it looks like it's going to be one of those quickie yellows. Pits are going to be closed and they're going to go green here with 30 to go in the stage.
You got the 88 on the outside of 32, but I don't think the 88 is going to do anything with them.
Well, the 32 kind of struggled on that restart there. Oh, they're going to go one more time around. They have waved off the start here. They have waved it off.
I think it got waved.
Yeah, I can't quite hear what's going on. I just hear a lot of car noise in my left ear going on right now, so it's kind of hard to tell whether they're going to go green or they're going next time. But it looks like they are indeed going next time. It'll be 29 to go here in the stage number 2. And we are back underway at Martinsville. Trenton Branson is going to take the lead going into turn number 1 here with the 88 to his outside. And the 88 gets moved out of the way. They are 3 wide on the exit of 2. Oh, and there's contact.
The 88 definitely had help there in that corner from the 9. The 9 shoved him up out of the way, it looked like.
Yep, yeah, the 88 there was just kind of an innocent victim of circumstances. Looked like James was just really trying to drive hard going into turn number 1. But it looks like we're really seeing the best 3 cars all night so far, really taking over first through third.
Yeah, and honestly, it's been the order that they should be really running in.
Yeah, it looks like they're still going to have an intense battle from fourth on back. Now we got a battle for second here between the 41 and the 48. But, oh, the 41 hits the curb, and the 48's going to make some contact here with the 41. Oh, they're making contact down the straightaway. Can they keep it straight? Looks like they will.
They do.
And the 41 hits the curb, and everybody's just going to make it out clean, but that only extends the lead for the 32 car.
That all but helped that 32 car get a nice sizable lead. And here comes the 41 laying a bumper.
Trying to make, oh, and they make contact.
Block them.
What a block on the exit of 2, but it looks like it's going to cause a caution between the 9 and the 42 once again, and the 88's involved this time.
My
Caution will
God.
wave here. What a pile-up as they had there. It looked like kind of that chain reaction accordion effect as we see at most short treks here when...
Be happy we aren't making that a drinking game.
And the magnetic cars just can't stay away from each other.
Man, if I had to take a shot for every time the 42 and the 9 have made contact this race, I think we all would be
Oh,
drunk off our
God.
asses right now.
Pretty much.
I'd be dead of alcohol poisoning.
We would have to get Rob's stomach pumped. For sure.
Every single corner, every single lap.
I ain't no lightweight, but my God, he'd be taking a hell of a lot of shots.
For sure. Well, it looks like they're under a game caution from the looks of it, so hopefully this don't take too much
they're going
longer.
extremely slow, so yeah, that's not manual.
Yeah, and here we are. Once again, the 88 is on the outside of row number 1. It looks like the 32 stayed out, and we are underway here again at Martinsville.
And the 32 is going to easily clear them down into turn 1.
Yep.
Ooh, some
Oh, they're going to go
contact.
3 wide, and the
42 is looking on
88's
his
around.
inside.
The 88 is
42
around.
look-
The 42 is going to come out in
32's
second.
Inside. The 88 did go around there.
And it looks like the 32 is going to get the run off here as they are once again single file first through fourth. Oh, the 48's going to try to make a move on the 41 here. He's going to kind of do some bumping and banging here on the exit of 2. They're side by side. Going into turn number 3. Looks like Jimmy Johnson's going to try to take the position away.
Yeah, 32 hit the wall a little bit there.
Yeah, Rashad, it looked like.
Looks like there's
There's
a
a
caution out here. Caution
That's
is out
probably on the
here.
32 for hitting the wall.
Oh, the
There he was,
41's
somebody
making his
spun.
displeasure known with the 42 here real quick.
Oh yeah, would you looky there?
What am I looking at?
With the displeasure being shown, and the 41's gonna duck it down in the pits.
And
He
it looks
is not.
like-
He's going
no,
to
he's going to
fake.
fake it out. And he is not happy with that 9 car. He wants his position back.
Yes, sir.
Looks like
And according to the last scoring loop, as that caution came out, the 42 should actually be the control car instead of the 32, but they must have their little order backwards here.
yeah, as we got 19 to go here in stage number 2. I think what they do is they go by the previous lap, and it looked like they decided to rule the 32 as the leader.
Nothing wrong with
That's definitely
that.
an interesting way.
Yeah, especially with how the caution fell and all that. The 32 probably shouldn't be the leader right now, but
Oh
That's
yeah,
not
32
the-
should be in
42.
second, but that's
I mean, 'cause
that's up to
exactly,
what
I
the.
mean, you know, my view showed the
person wants to
42
say.
had the nose out in front of the 32, but yeah, they must go by the previous lap before the caution came out.
yep, for sure. It looks
The
like
88's still on pit road. Must be something happening there.
yeah, might have had a slight bobble on pit road as he is just now being able to exit pit road. Looks like he is able to make it out in front of the leader, so he will not lose a lap.
It's good for the 88.
And we're going to go on board with the Exalta Chevrolet of Alex Bowman and Dylan Weck here tonight. He definitely likes to take a higher line through these turns, though, I have noticed with him so far in this race.
Oh
We'll
yeah, I've
definitely be
noticed that
taking
as
a
well.
few. I mean, we'll definitely be taking a few in-car camera views tonight as they're back under green.
Yep, it looks like they are back underway here. Trenton Branson once again taking the lead here. And the 42 trying to possibly get around him here. Second and third, it's the 42 and the 9 once again, and the 9's around. The 9 car is around.
The
It looks
9
like
is
we...
around once again.
That time the 9 did not have help from the 42.
No, it looked like the 9 just kind of hit the curb as it went away on my screen, and no caution as of yet, but it looks like the
There's
game will
one.
throw one.
Yeah, there is one.
As we hear James once again, caution out is out again. Yay. That is the exact quote I've gotten from the
I can
tower.
hear that one now. I can hear that one now. Caution, caution, caution.
Most definitely. You guys go ahead and take over. I'm going to see how many laps are left with the tower.
Alright.
Yeah, that would definitely be a caution call in typical James fashion there.
for sure.
Didn't have too many more laps here in this second stage.
Imagining maybe 15 to go-ish would be my guess.
Something like that, 10 to 15.
Looks like we are hearing 13 to go once we go green here.
I knew I was about right.
So
both of us were pretty darn close.
yeah, absolutely. It's just so hard to tell, you know, because it doesn't give you a lap count.
He said 15, and I said anywhere between 10 and 15. So I mean, we're pretty much right on.
Yeah, there you go. 13 laps to go, and the 32 once again is out into the lead, and the 41 gonna make a pass around the 42. Oh, and he is gonna bump the 32 out of the way, and it looks like you could put 3 cars over a blanket right now, and you would cover all 3 of these cars right now, as they're looking to be 3 wide on the exit of 2. But no, the 41
is there too.
Yep, the 48's up there. It looks like this might be a 4-way battle for the lead. Oh, and they are just trying to dive bomb that 32 car. They are getting ever so close to his back bumper.
The 9 is pretty much the odd car out at this point. I mean, and the 88's kind of falling back. So right now you got about 4 or 5 cars up there battling for the lead.
Absolutely. The 32 once again is able to hold his lead for now, but looks like everybody's just trying to get all they can get here as we get towards the end of the stage. Do you think that 41's going to try to move the 32 out of the way for another stage win? Or do you think...
perhaps.
Well, they are teammates from what I hear, but you just never know.
I mean, if it's me, I don't care if it's teammate or not. I mean, if he's in front of me and he's in my way of winning a stage, I'm gonna try and move him.
Same.
Absolutely. It looks like the 41 might be doing some blocking, but Lord only knows here. Let's try to get on board here with the 41 car. Looks like that 41 just has a better line than the 32 through the corners, but the 32, because he is taking a higher lane, he's able to get back into the gas cylinder and get that RPMs going up a little bit quicker.
Almost definitely, the 32 is able to power out of the corner.
Oh, and the 41 was trying to block the 48, and there's contact. Oh, there's contact.
He slides him
and the 88 is around. And the 9 will also be around. The caution will wave here.
It definitely looked like the 48 was not happy with the 41 blocking. He moved him up out of the way and may have moved him a little too hard, and that sent the 88 spinning, but that's Martinsville racing for you.
Looks like there's going to be 8 to go in the stage here, and possibly 7 to go once we go back green.
Well, if it's in-game caution, they'll go with 5 to go.
Yeah, more than likely it probably is going to be 5 to go with these damn game cautions that keep coming out.
Yeah, because it takes 3 laps.
Yeah, we are hearing that it's definitely a legitimate flag this time, according to James.
Yeah, so they'll restart with 5 to go.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah, because these in-game cautions take 3 laps off of the lap ticker.
Yep, and you know, it looks like nobody pitted, or at least everybody did pit, and nobody gained any spots or anything. But it looks like we are back underway here at Martinsville. 5 laps to go in stage number 2 between the 32 and the 42s that go down into turn number 1. 4 laps of racing to go from what I'm hearing, actually. It looks like the 32 is going to be able to take a sizable lead as they make contact here, and going down into turn number 3 once again, it is the 32 and the 48.
And there's a caution.
Yeah.
And there's a caution. Stage is over from what we are hearing from NASCAR, potentially. Stage 2 is over. The 32 wins stage number 2.
48 comes home in P2, 42 comes home in P3. Pretty good top 3 there at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, absolutely. The 42 did a lot of battle and was able to make his way up there. But it seems like whenever...
I'm not sure who got fourth. I mean, that was a close battle there with the 9. With the 9 and the 41, so I'm not sure which one of them got 4th out of that stage, but it was definitely some close racing for that position.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, the 42 kind of had to battle his way back up there, but really the story of stage 2 is the 41 kind of struggled here toward the end of the stage.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Oh, and the 88 decided to stay out here for the beginning of stage number 3. This is very interesting. And the green flag is out for stage 3 here at Martinsville.
Good restart there from the 88. 32 is going to power on his outside. But
yeah, it looks like if he can get the traction. Oh, and the 32's into the wall
Big
and
wreck.
contact. The big wreck.
Big wreck. Big wreck. That took out everybody except for the leader.
Yep, for the most part. Looks like
It really did. It took out everybody except for the 88.
And it looks like we are going to have one of those legitimate yellows here. On the first lap of stage 3. Unbelievable.
Unless that 41 made it through there, which I'm not sure if he did, but it pretty much bottled up the entire field back there.
Looked like the 41 was able to squeeze by there, but yeah, like you said, it looked like pretty much the entire field was involved in that wreck.
Very interesting to say the least on that.
You'd think there'd be a little more
side-by-side racing into the corner. I mean, it could just take one little mistake and stuff like that'll happen. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
These fans here tonight are enjoying a good wreck fest.
Yeah, looks like the fans are having a hell of a time here at Martinsville Speedway, and we are back under green with the 88 as the leader. Looks like the 42 might take it 3 wide, and he will. Oh, 3 wide here behind the pack. And they're going to make it unscathed for now.
Here comes the 9 up behind the 42.
Oh, and the 41 and the 9 make contact as James will take second place on the exit of turn 4. What a move.
And now he's going to get up out of the groove. The 41's going to look underneath him.
Yeah, but it looks like the 41 and the 9 are going to make a little bit of contact here on the exit of 2 as we are going back into turn 3 here.
Contact that results from the earlier contact in turn 4 just a lap ago.
Sure, absolutely.
And all this battling is doing is, and all they're doing by battling is helping out the leader.
Oh, and the 9 just dove bombed the 41 going into turn number 1. I'm sorry about that, Joe, but looked like the 9 just kind of drove in over his head there a little bit. Oh, and the 32 makes contact with the 41. The 32 just moved 2 guys out of the way. He made contact with looked like the 9, and then it just kind of went off from there. And the caution is out.
Yeah, the 9 did go around there in that battle. I mean, they were just too close.
Looked like the 32 drove in with the vengeance. He did not look very happy.
He really didn't. You're right about that.
Just kind of plowed into everybody to take second.
And this right now has got to be killing that leader because he did not want to see that caution come out because he just is not really rolling too well on restarts.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not. It looks like the pace car is ducked down and be ready here as we are coming to the green flag here once again.
If 32 can get a good launch, he can get past 88.
It doesn't look like that's going to happen. They are 3 wide on the exit 2. The 42 might take the lead. Maybe. It's going to be interesting going down in turn number 3. Who's going to give? Nobody. The 32 is trying to get the power down, but he can't. Looks like the 42 is going to lead that lap. What an incredible battle for the lead. Looks like the 32's able to close in on this 42. And going down here into turn number 3, he's able to get the roll through the corner here and going to close in on the 42. Might be on his back bumper as we get into 1.
I'm on board watching to the bumper cam of the 32, and this is very interesting watching this battle from that perspective.
Oh, absolutely.
32's going to get underneath him there.
Yeah, 32 is going to get underneath, and the 42 is going to looks like he's going to be able to power off the corner.
42 pinched him big onto the curb there. Smart strategy by the 42 car to do that.
But it looks like the 32 is going to be able to power on the bottom here.
This is unusual though to see the outside lane somewhat prevailing here at Martinsville.
Yeah, if you could hit the outside lane just right here for at least a couple laps, you're able to make it move. But you can't really do it over the long run because it really does eat up your tires, and you can get up into the marbles here as well.
Yeah, it's very difficult to hold the outside lane here, as only a few guys may be able to do it in this modern era. I think the most notable one was, I'm pretty sure Kyle Busch used it here in the spring race of this year when they had the substance down, the VHT or whatever it's called.
Yeah, when they had that sticky stuff on the outside there, it looked like it did work there for a little bit, but it looked like for the fall race, they kind of went away from that and just stuck with the typical Martinsville 1 line of racing.
Yeah, both perspectives were very entertaining to watch, obviously, as all short tracks are.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I've noticed whenever there's a rain delay or a race gets postponed from Sunday to Monday, they really like to put down that sticky stuff whenever it's really a green racetrack.
Yeah, because it adds grip for the drivers to be able to make moves. And it looks like the 42 is going to make a move on the 32 here to get the lead back.
Yes, sir. The 42 is back into the lead, and they are still side by side here through 3 and 4. It looks like the 32's not really cutting them a break this time, and the 32 will lead that lap.
Yeah, and the 32 is going to stick it up high. Here comes the 42 again.
Oh, and they make contact a little bit. And it looks like the 32 is able to put the power down as the 42 got loose on the exit of 2.
And this whole battle here is bringing up the 88 right up to their rear bumpers.
Yep, absolutely. It's bringing up the 88, and the 41 and the 48 are not too far behind them either.
It's about to be the entire field just versus the 32 if everything can work out. Oh, and the 32's into the wall a little bit, and the 42 is taking advantage of it and taking the lead.
Yep, and it looks like the 32 is able to get the bottom lane going once again, and possibly contend for that lead. Yes, it looks like that we are having some lag problems here. I thought it was just me with the 32
as well.
It looks like the 32 is going to be able to take the lead here on the exit of 4 that time. Man, what a battle for lead, and there's contact between the 42 and the 32, and the 32 is kind of lagging everywhere. Who knows where he's going to be at on the racetrack. He is known for his internet problems. I do race in a few other leagues with him, and at times he does have quite a bit of a lag spike.
Right now, I'm pretty sure all 3 of us are seeing the exact same thing.
All right, that's great. Well, it looks like the 32 is able to prevail so far.
I think his car's getting clean now, as it looks. It looks like the internet problem stopped, for at least now.
Yep, for at least now, it looks like everybody's back and going underway. I did notice a lag there for about 10 or 15 laps there.
Yeah,
between everybody.
I was on board with the 32, and I noticed it.
And it looks like the 42 is able to just hug that curb, but it looks like it's going to kill him on exit, though, because the 32 is able to get that run, that shot on the exit of the corner by running just a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Caution is out here once again at Martinsville Speedway. I'm going to assume that the 9 car was around.
Yeah.
The 9 went around. That is correct.
My God. Tough day for the 9.
I really do feel bad for James.
That's got to be the 10th time tonight so far that the 9 has gone around. At least the 10th time for him.
You know, James did tell me going into this race that Martinsville was not his best track, but I did not know he was this bad.
I think even I'm better here, and I went 17 laps down in the league race here.
These cautions really help save the 9 car, but you're right. You're right,
Were you
Rob.
really 17 laps down in the race here?
He really was 17 laps down.
Oh God.
It was a bad night for Rob, to say the least. That night.
It was a bad night.
I will give him credit. He left with 5 to go, so he did stay for pretty much the entire event. But I think
I lagged out with 5 to go.
Knowing that he didn't have a chance in hell of winning it.
Right, yeah, but he did lag out with 5 to go, and it was unfortunate, but he did tough it out. He did tough it out, but hopefully he gained a little bit of experience, and now he's on the wheel, and he's actually been running a lot better. So,
yeah, my first
I could not ever imagine going 17 laps down at this track and staying in, knowing that you don't have a chance at it.
I'm a trooper. I knew I had to stick it out.
Hey, it's points though, right?
Exactly. That's what I kind of looked at this race as, points.
Well, it looks like there's some interesting pit strategies here. Some guys staying out, some guys going in. Look at 32 decided to pit, but everybody else, for the most part, has stayed out for this
the 9
caution.
came in.
Well, that's no surprise.
The control position
Grass is green. Yeah, it looks like the 88 will be the control car, and the 32 will take position over the 9, and all will be right with the world.
Yeah, I will say that. I think the 32 has the fastest car today. Honestly, him and the 48.
Absolutely, definitely, for sure. It's definitely been a long race here so far. I mean, I thought these laps would go by quick.
This is going to have an upset winner in this race tonight. I mean, yeah, the 48 and 32 have been the fastest cars, but I think that we'll have to see an upset winner tonight.
No, I would not be upset at all. We did have an upset winner last week with Jade because the 48 pretty much dominated the whole race, but late in there was a late race caution, and the 41 was able to prevail.
The 88 has jumped out.
And looked like they were about to be 3 wide there on the exit of 2, and the 41's into the wall, and the 48 and the 32. Caution will wave here.
And now we're seeing the 2 fastest cars of the night.
And the game caution has come out, not just the manual caution here. You know, I have no more viewers. This is sad.
What, Gio left?
Yeah, Gio left me.
Aw.
That's sad. I got 8 comments though, so that's good.
Were they all from
But
Gio?
to give away James's strategy, the 9 car, he is not pitting. He is staying out.
Oh.
But I would imagine if I was the 32, the 41, and the 48, I would just pit, start over, get new tires.
Yeah, I have to tend to agree with that as be something I'd do.
I mean, you're already in the back. You can't get much worse, so might as well.
Yeah.
And I am going to share your stream into my league chat so the other drivers can watch it.
Absolutely, and it looks like we're going back underway here for the green as the 88 of Dylan has the lead, and we are going into turn number 1 now. Oh, and they're going to be like,
yeah.
oh, everybody was kind of pushing and shoving there, and they're 3 wide on the exit of 2. This does not work at Martinsville very well.
Oh yeah, as we've seen with the Clint Boyer, Daniel Suarez, Jimmy Johnson incident, that does not work too well here.
And as we've seen many times with the Clint Boyer, Brian Newman, Jeff Gordon, and Jimmy Johnson incident here back in 2012.
That 4 wide doesn't work, yeah.
Yes, yes, you cannot go 3 and 4 wide here at Martinsville.
You can barely go 2 wide, let alone 3 or 4 wide.
And they're just bumping and banging off these bumpers here in the back of the pack.
I think the 32 has the safest approach, just trying to be as clean as possible here.
Yep, absolutely. The 9 just got the hell out of the way. He's like, I'm just going to let you guys battle it out. He knows he doesn't have the greatest car today, so...
And the 42 did clear the 88 there a couple of laps ago for the lead.
Yes, he did, and he is back at it. But really, the battle on the track right now is for 5th between the 41, the 48, and the 32. These guys are really battling it out. It's like a slugfest back here in the back.
Here comes the 41 making a move for 2nd.
41 clears the 88.
41 clears the 88, but the 88 is going to do the crossover move.
It's their 2 wide for 2 rows here.
Oh, the 48 just puts the bumper and the caution will wave here. Caution is out.
48 is around. That was a massive.
And the
hit
9
there.
of James was just able to make it through the middle. What an incredible move by James there. Kudos to James. He did not get wrecked that time.
That for the first time.
He did not get wrecked for the first time tonight.
For the first time tonight, he has luck on his side.
Yes, yes, and hopefully, that leads to even more luck here as we get on with the rest of the race.
I wish I think he finally had some Nationwide on his side for once.
Yeah, could we say, remember when Allstate was the official sponsor of NASCAR there for insurance?
Well,
Allstate Good Hands Driver Award right there goes to the 9.
I mean,
yeah.
And as far as the Nationwide on his side, he did go to pit road behind the 88, speaking of Nationwide.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, but it looks like the 42 and the 32 will stay out.
Except for tonight, the 88 is not sporting the Nationwide paint scheme. He is driving that beautiful Exalta colors.
Yes. I thought that Exalta car at the beginning of the year, I thought was going to be one of the uglier cars on the track. But, over the races here, it's really kind of grown on to me as one of the better looking cars on track.
Well, I mean, it's definitely unique to what Dale Jr. drove in the past with the Exalta colors.
Oh, yes, absolutely. But we are having pit stops here, and it looks like the 32 has elected to stay out. I think he just wanted that track position and get away from being in the back of the pack.
No, yeah, I think he
then to probably get away from the 9 as well.
Yeah, to get away from the 9, really everybody. So I can't really say I blame him. He's got one of the better cars. He knows he can handle it pretty good when the tires wear out, so maybe he just thought, I'll take my slightly worn tires over these guys having 4 fresh ones.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be interesting to ride along with one of the front row here on the restart of the 42 or the 32 to see who can get a better line.
Absolutely, as looks like everybody's getting ready to go double file here and get ready for another restart here at Martinsville.
That's good. That's
3 rows deep of 2, and the green flag is back out in the air, and the 42 got a significant restart. The 32 did not go at all. That was a terrible restart there by the 32, as he's going to get moved out of the way for second by Dylan, and it looks like they're going to try to be 3 wide again going down the back straightaway, and the 9 is in the inside wall hard. But it looks like they're going to be able to keep it going.
The 88, it definitely looked like on that restart that the 88 shoved the 42 way out ahead of him, and the 88 is now stuck in his own battles back here for the second and third spot.
Yep, absolutely. And the 41's just going to move the 88 out of the way and take second away. And the 42, the 41 and the 32 are going to come out in second and third. And the 42 has got himself a pretty sizable lead for the moment, as looks like they're going to try to reel in the 42, both the 41 and the 32.
Yeah, if they could just work together, maybe push each other, they can get to that 42 pretty quickly.
Yeah, it looks like they really have shown to have the better car than the 42, but you really never know with this thing.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong about that. If the 42 has one little slip up, he'll be mincemeat to these guys.
And for the moment, the first 8 of 500 is being sponsored by McDonald's.
Yeah, so far it looks like
in there.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually kind of surprised that he did not pick the first day to Chevrolet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would have.
Well.
Yeah, that would have been a unique paint scheme for this race. I mean, you go with the sponsor.
Oh, and the 9 and the 48 are into the inside wall. Looks like caution will come out here.
Another rough break for the 9 car. Of all cars.
You know, I'm surprised he's still even able to run in this race with all the damages he's gotten. Might as well just be a modified out here on the racetrack.
That 9 car's a effing trooper, man. I give him credit.
He's hamburger meat at this point.
Yeah, you're really not wrong.
He is toughing it out, running around there in the back, and just seems like he can't catch a break.
Oh yeah, if he could just catch one break, I think he'd be able to do something. But
absolutely, we do have 37 laps of racing to go. Probably probably around the 30 lap range once we take the green flag back. But it looks like we're under the game caution.
Yeah, maybe about 33 to 34 laps to go when they take the green, which you know there's going to be a lot more cautions in that period of time.
Well, you know what they say at this point in the race, cautions do tend to breed cautions here, and looks like the green flag is about to be underway here, and the green flag's back out in the air.
And the 41 takes him to the green.
Yep, and they are side by side. Oh, and the 9 is driving very aggressive here on this restart, and it's not going to work out for him. Yeah, he's back into the inside wall again on the exit of 2.
Rough break for the 9.
And we are hearing that the caution is out again for the 9 car. You guessed it. You know, I really don't want to call him Danica, but he's kind of earning that title at the moment, the Danica of the race.
He's doing more than Danica. I think Danica would have had less damage.
Oh no!
At least Danica can complete 95% of a race without wrecking.
This is true.
He's getting the Corey LaJoy of the race.
How about the Colin Brown? You guys remember Colin Brown back in the day?
Colin Braun, yeah, I remember him.
Back when he used to drive for, I believe it was Roush there in the
yes, sir.
Early mid to late 2000s.
Pit road with the 48 and 41.
He drove the 6 car for Roush.
Yes, he drove the 6 truck there in the truck series, and then when he moved up to Xfinity, he was driving the good old 6 car.
He didn't pan out the way Roush thought he would, which is sad. I thought he had a lot of talent.
You know, he did pretty good in trucks, but couldn't do much in the Xfinity.
What's going to happen with what's his face is driving it?
Trevor Bayne?
Yeah.
Ryan Newman has been announced as the driver for next year in the Cup Series in the 6 car.
What are Bane's plans for 2019?
I've heard anything from JRM to just not racing at all and taking some time off.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard possibly running for Junior. I've heard possible other Truck Series opportunities. He does have sponsorship from Advocare. I think he would be a good Xfinity Series driver potentially. So.
It's definitely going to be an interesting move to see De Benedetto go over to the 95 next year, which I've been hearing is going to be a Toyota.
Yes, it is confirmed that it is going to be a Toyota. But hopefully Matt runs really well. You know, he does have talent. as we
And
are
there's
getting
still-
ready to go back under
and there's
green
still-
here.
And there's still, of course, just the rumors of Truex going to the 19, but that hasn't been confirmed yet.
Not been confirmed, but you know, I have heard rumors that he's got an offer from Stewart Haas and some other teams as well in the Cup Series.
Yeah, they were looking at the 41 as a potential car for him in Stewart Haas, but I don't think the Kurt Busch is going to go anywhere.
We'll find out. I'm pretty sure Tony's getting fed up with Kurt here. As we're back under green here. It looks like the 42 is able to keep his lead, and the 32 is trying to chase him down.
And we got a battle back there between the 41 and 88.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is some very tight racing back there, and the 41's going to be able to
32
clear
is
the 88 for now.
Starting to get to that 42's back bumper. I think if he gets there, it's going to be the battle for the win.
Absolutely here, and 32 is ever so slightly, it looks like every single turn reeling him back in a little bit. I think that 42 might be running a little bit too low for his liking here, though.
And there is a
Caution is out.
88.
Surprised it wasn't for the 9 this time.
Yeah, this time it was not for the 9, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll have 42, 32 right now, looks like on the front row if they don't pit. There is a cone in the middle of the track down here on the back straightaway.
Yeah, that looks like
commitment cone.
Looks like NASCAR will be able to pick that back up here as we get back underway here with just a handful of laps to go here at Martinsville.
Yeah, this should be very interesting. If 32 can get going fast enough, I think he'll be able to get this win.
It looks like he was able to. He's able to take the outside here through turns 1 and 2. They're beating and banging back here for third to last, second to last, and last. And the 42 is, and the 32 is right on the back bumper of the 42. He's going to be able to get him underneath them here on the exit of turn 4.
You might lay the bumper to him in turn 1 if you can catch him.
Yep, absolutely. But it looks like
off of him on the previous corner.
And it looks like the 42 is able to stick it up there so far. But
yeah,
the 42 is out of the groove, and the 32 is out, and the 32 is able to claw his way back in there. It looks like he's got the preferred line going into the turn.
Yeah, and here comes the 32 out front. With,
and the 32 can't quite clear him, but it's going to be one hell of a battle for this lead.
And now
yeah.
they've got
Oh, and
company
here
with
comes the 41. Oh, and
Is
the
there any
32's on the curb, and he is around.
Oh, he's flipping.
And the caution will come out now.
Can you ask the
The
tower how
41
many
just
laps are left?
the 41 just turned them, and
Yes, I
Doesn't
will
look like it was
confirm with the
intentional.
tower how many laps are left in the race.
Okay, because I don't want to fuck up like last week.
Well, I have good news. We are less than
What?
60 laps to go. We are at 59 to go.
Oh, okay.
there you go.
But pits will be open this time. It looks like we will have everybody taking it out here so they can get inside the fuel window.
And the 48
Yeah,
did
and,
indeed clear that cone off of the racing surface. So hats off to the 48 for that.
Yes, 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 indeed. Looked like everybody but the 42 stayed out, or pitted. I mean,
Yeah. Everybody but the 42 pitted. You are right about that.
that is a very interesting call. Maybe he thinks he can save another few laps of fuel under caution.
Maybe. Wouldn't shock me, to be honest. There's been crazier stories here. I think there was 1 year, I forget the exact year, but if I remember it correctly, I think Jimmy Johnson saved like 20 laps of fuel here to finish like second or maybe even win.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. You really can save a lot of fuel here on this game. About 20 laps worth if you do it right and you hit your marks and just don't drive like an idiot.
Yeah.
But it looks like everybody's going to be able to get off pit road here, and the 32 will be starting from last once again. So let's see if that 32 can stay out of trouble here and potentially make up some spots.
Well, at least this time it's not the 9 starting
Well, restarting from last.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
That 9 just hasn't been able to catch any breaks tonight.
No, no, he has not. And looks like the 42 will be able to take him to the green, and the green flag is back out in the air. 42 with a heck of a jump on the restart, as the 88 will be able to dive down low, but no, the 9 is there. Oh, but he blocks the 9 as they are exiting turn number 2.
And the 9's into the inside wall with the 41. The 32 is able to get around the 41. And here comes the 88 to the inside of the 42, and the 88
Yes.
take it away to the point.
The 88 is going to take the point after the bump and run onto the 42. It looks like the 42 is going to remember that.
Looks like he's turned the favor there. The 88 did not budge.
No, no, sir. And it looks like the 88 is going to drift up high, and the 42's got the line. And it looks like he's going to be able to take the lead, possibly off of turn number 4.
Great move there.
You know, there is still a lot of racing left to go as we see the 32 possibly reeled in, and the contact between the 48 and the 88.
Wow.
There's no such thing as teammates here tonight, I guess.
No such thing as teammates this late in the race, I will say that much. It is get the hell out of my way, or yep, absolutely. Looks like the 9 is really struggling really bad. Looked like he got loose off of turn 2 once
48
again.
To the 48 trying to get to the lead.
And it looks like he will do it here, going down into turn number 1 this time by. Yeah, you really can't get that outside run unless you're still on that concrete. Once you get up into that asphalt, you really can't get that outside run here. Oh, and the 42 applies a bumper to the 48. Oh, and the 42 is around.
32 moved him. That was some kind of displeasure there of some sorts. Not sure what, but...
And the 42 and the 9, once again, they are making contact with each other. And the 9 is into the wall. Yeah, it looks like the caution will wave here.
The 32 were beating and banging there right before that caution came out.
Yes, sir, they were. Everybody was beating and banging.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
I'm definitely not sure what the displeasure was from the 32 there, but it's obviously something that happened that we couldn't see.
Well, it looked like the 42 was just on the curb and he just couldn't get back going again, so it looked like 32 just kind of finished him off there. At least that's what it looked like to me from my angle.
I agree with that right there.
It looks like pits are open once again. The 42, I would take the tires, brother. Looks like he's going to commit down to pit road here.
I wonder how many guys are going to stay out. The 32 is going to stay out.
Stays out. 88 stays out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It was just a matter of time before that 42 was going to come down pit road because, yes, worn tires can be good for your handling, but once you get too worn, you can't really do anything at this track.
Oh, yeah.
And last time we saw the 42 pit was so many laps ago.
Yeah, a lot. Well, I mean, what do you think about it? There wasn't really a whole lot of green flag laps that were run at the same time either.
Yeah, not many green flag laps. To be honest, I think we had less green. This might have been one of our shorter green flag laps of the race, like run so far.
Well, I mean, as the laps wind down, people get more impatient. Now, when people get more impatient, that usually means more cautions.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
We are hearing word that there have been some pit road penalties applied. Looks like these guys are because the yellow flags are on, so I'm assuming that means the black flags are on as well. People are going too fast going down pit road, which will cause longer pit road times.
That is a speeding penalty that will hold him down there for an extra 3 to 5 seconds.
And the 9 is once again away, and he's going to take his lap back, it looks like.
Now, on this restart, we will have the 2 fastest cars of the night on the front row.
Yes, we will. Yes, this should be a very interesting restart, and you probably arguably have the 3rd fastest guy restarting in 4th here.
Yeah.
I'm definitely in that 41 machine.
absolutely. And we're coming down here to the end of the race. It looks like they're going to go green next time by, obviously. And we would like to take this moment, brought to you by First Data, as we are getting ready to come to the green here once again at Martinsville.
And the number 9 Napa Chevrolet is caught up. We will go green.
Yes, we will. The 48 will be the control car here for this restart. Now, I have picked up on a trick on this game in the last couple games. You really got to be going about 2 or 3 miles an hour faster on the outside lane to even have a shot, as we're back under green, to stay even with that leader.
On that one. And you are correct on that one, yes.
To stay even with the leader. And a lot of people haven't really picked up on that, as they're 3 wide on the exit of 2. The 42 will take second place away.
Yeah, so for example, if your pace speed is 60 miles an hour, then your outside would have to go about 62 to 63 just to maintain, level with you.
Yes, and I find that very critical, especially when you get down to late in the race on some of these late race restarts.
But you also don't want to be caught jumping or restart ahead of the control car either, because that could really cost you in the end.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That could really cost you if you don't know what you're doing.
Yes, and it looks like the 32 is shuffled back up into third place here, and looks like the 48 is able to pull away once again. But it looks like
it looked like the other 2 fastest cars just kind of faded off there as the 42 took second spot.
Yep, and the caution is out once again. I believe I saw the 9 car around. So the caution will wave again.
God, once again on the 9 car, we apologize.
I'm sorry, but it's hard not to make fun of the guy.
Yeah, I know, right?
you would think
James for you. That's James for you. I mean, he is not a short track racer.
No, but I hear he's a hell of a driver at Talladega and Daytona.
Oh, he is. I mean, he actually gave me a good run for my money earlier in the season there when we did the Coke 0400. I mean, he was all over me before he caused the big one, in which ended the race under caution, which gave the win to me. But I mean, he definitely knows how to run a plate track.
It looks like if he ever got some teammates that would be willing to help him with these short tracks, he would definitely be a complete all-around racer.
I've tried helping him as his teammate. He just doesn't comprehend the short tracks. I mean, he probably never will. There's just going to be tracks that people just aren't ever going to really get a full grasp on and how to run them.
Well, I mean, if you look at Carl Edwards and Matt, they struggled here at Martinsville for years until they both went over to Gibbs. And once they went over to Gibbs, their program, they really both got better at places like Martinsville.
Oh, yeah, I have to agree with that statement. I think them having teammates in Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch really helped, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then just having, I think, overall the better cars for Martinsville in the Toyota camp, because they are just able to rotate a lot better than what the Roush Fords were ever able to do. And that's why you saw...
And we also know that Joe Gibbs usually has the best equipment for their cars every year.
Right. Well, and recently here, Roush has just struggled with the technical handling racetracks. Here, I want to say since about 2008 or so, they've really struggled with getting the cars to really turn in the center and be able to rotate without the throttle.
But of course, this year it's Stuart Haas has really ran well, which I think the next year they'll struggle with the Mustangs, but we'll see what'll happen next year.
Right. Well, they're getting a lot of money from Ford. I really don't see them struggling as bad as what a lot of people are thinking as to how Hendrick has struggled this year. Because from what I've seen in the body style for the Fords next year, it's pretty much the same, really, except for the nose is a little different. But as far as the sides and the rear, it looks pretty much the same.
I noticed that as well,
I think we are set for the restart here, as the 48 will take us to the green flag.
But I am very excited, though, to see the new Ford nose for next year, to see the new body style.
I mean, it may be a little aerodynamically challenged, but I mean, I think that they can get it figured out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think they'll get it a lot figured out quicker than the Chevys did this year. As we are coming down here for the green flag, the 48 once again will take the jump on the restart here as we head down to turn number 1.
And the 32 moves
and the 9 car is around once again.
Yeah, there was some help with the 32 on that one.
The 9 again.
Yeah, there was some help there. The 32 gave him a nice bump.
Hearing word from the tower, everybody hates the 9 today. That is the exact quote.
Well, that restart there was all bottled up, though. So I mean, you know, you really can't fault anybody for that. That's just one of those typical Martinsville restarts where everybody's just bottled up going in turn 1.
Yep, absolutely. You know that you're going to have a lot of contact here and people trying to overdrive and all that kind of stuff. So,
I mean, we definitely just saw the 88 try and make a bold move there, made some contact with the 48, and they all just kind of bottled up from there.
Yeah, for sure.
We're back under green.
we are at 35 laps to go as we are back under green here at Martinsville.
All right.
Oh, and the 32 and the 88 make contact.
By the 88. My
And
God,
it looks like the
vicious
caution
hit.
will wave here, and it looks like the game caution will come out this time.
But that time the 41 made a huge move to get up to second spot.
Yes,
Almost
for
like
sure.
Almost looked like the he got dumped there. The 32. That was really sketchy, to be honest.
Absolutely.
So how am I doing on my first night of commentary?
Pretty good.
You know, I would say from up here, pretty good. I will say though, we tend to talk over each other a lot, so I think that'll just get better as we get a couple races under our belt together. But
Yeah.
as far as that goes, otherwise, I think we're doing pretty good.
I mean, we'll get it all meshed up together and we'll gel and get it working.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it looks like we are back underway here with about 30 or so laps to go at Martinsville. And the 48 will once again take the lead going down to turn number 1.
The 9 overshot the turn.
Yeah, he has struggled all night long here, but good thing he's probably thinking, thank God this place is almost done with the race tonight. Looks like the 41's going to try to make a move for second place. And Gio has joined us once again back here into the stream. And the 42 is making a move for the lead as he's trying to give the bumper to Jimmy the Juggernaut. Or should we call him Brad the Juggernaut? That's a David Land reference on YouTube here. He likes to call Jimmy Johnson Jimmy the Juggernaut.
Yes. It's one of my favorite references for him.
And
I do believe that this is going to be an interesting battle between the 42 and 48, and you got the 41 in the mix as well.
yes, absolutely. The key is here, will it stay green or will we have another caution? I think we'll have another caution personally.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
I do
2
too.
or 10. You know, who knows? Here,
Yeah, probably.
as we are here at Martinsville, this third stage feels like it has just dragged on with the amount of cautions that we've had. But it looks like the 48 is going to be able to take a sizing, commanding lead here as the 42 is starting to fall back just a little bit to the hands of the 41.
There was a car that went around back there from what it looked like.
Caution is out, I'm hearing now from the tower, for the 40th time today. Or at least it feels like the 40th time today, my goodness.
Which car was it that went around?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it would have had to have been a 32.
Yeah, probably the 32. Hell, the 9 might have been involved with that one too. Who knows? They are going to be opening pits this time if anybody wants to come down pit road.
This is going to be a critical pit stop here.
If anybody decides to pit.
Looks like the 88 and 32 are committed to going in.
Yes, absolutely. At least the 32 was, for sure.
That's very good there for that. I'd say the 32 is the most needed guy to pit, honestly, after that caution.
Looks like we have 25 to go right now, and it'll be 24 to go at the drop of the green.
I do believe the NASCAR may review the 88 because it looked like he was pretty committed to going on the pit road and he pulled up at the last possible second, so they may review that. We're not sure at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite what their rules are here, because you know, in the real racing and in iRacing, if you hit that white line like the 88 just did once again, you have to come down pit road.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be your commitment line.
Yes, it is. That's really an important emphasis for most leagues. Once you hit that commitment line to going down pit road, you have to pit. Looks like we'll have 23 to go from what I'm hearing from NASCAR here, coming to the line for the green.
So, I mean, they definitely might want to review that 88 there.
Well, it looks like he's already in the back anyway. I'm not really quite sure what else they could do as far as... I mean, just make him start the outside, I guess. But he's already in the back.
That's the only option.
And the green flag is back out in the air once again. And the 9 just moves the 42 out of the way. And the 9 car takes second place. This is the highest he's running. He's into the wall. Mother of God, the 42 is spun around hard.
Some displeasure there.
Actually, the 9 has led some laps today.
Oh, the 9. Oh.
Yeah, he has led some laps. I do believe that everybody in this race has led some laps.
At the beginning of the race, he actually led some laps.
But like the first two.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, the 9 car was in the lead. I'm sorry, James. I can't do this. The 48 is once again out in the lead. The 41's in second. Let's see. Let's take a look through the field. The 10 car has been in the garage for the last 100 or so laps, and the 9 car is once again getting loose on the exit 2 and makes contact with the 32 and the 88, and everybody's making contact. This is unbelievable. It's getting to the point of this race where I just want it to end. And the 9 just had to wait on the throttle, and he could not wait anymore. The 32 is kind of getting impatient as we see him trying to take the outside lane all the way around the racetrack, trying to pass everybody that he possibly can. And the 32 is going to possibly pass James here. And it looks like he's going to do so. Now he sets his sights on the 41.
As the 48 has pulled a commanding lead over the 41.
Absolutely. The 42 is kind of taking a bad break. It looks like they did not throw the caution for the 42 when he spun just a few laps ago.
Yeah, it's going to be a questionable call for sure.
Yes, for sure. As well, the 48 is just, looks like stage 1 all over again, just kind of in a realm of his own, a zip code of his own, and, you know, he might be the AutoZone in the zone driver of the race.
Definitely seems like he's back and, he's trying to redeem himself for last week.
Absolutely, and the 32 is on a mission trying to catch this 41 car.
Pretty much at this point, the 48 is just on into cruise control. He's just gone.
Yeah, and you know, the advantage of running these short tracks, yes, clean air really may not play as big of a factor as you see at these mile-and-a-halves. But when you are out in front, you control the pace, and you can control when you hit your marks and when you get back into the gas and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
But it looks like the 48 still has a commanding lead, and the 42 is lagging just behind, as they were wondering where the 42 was just a few moments ago. And it looks like the 41 keeps screwing up, and the more he does, the more that 32 just reels him in. But Trenton's going to have to be careful here to make sure he stays a consistent line. And the 48, once again, it looks like he has about a straightaway lead over second place.
And at least he's doing something that Jimmy Johnson has not done this year. He's actually got a commanding lead. He's, you know, a few laps away from possibly victory lane, and it's just the way it's looking right now at this moment.
Yes, absolutely. And it looks like it's just going to be one of those races where he just pulls away and possibly wins.
Yeah. He's looking for a redemption from last week, and this would be the perfect redemption to go out there and win.
I am hearing word from NASCAR that the caution is out with 12 laps of racing to go, now 11.
Wow. It's going to be a hectic start.
Yes, it is. And this is what screwed over the 48 last week. He was leading late in the race, and a caution came out. And, you know, it looks like pit road will be open next time by for these guys. But the 48 had a commanding lead at Auto Club last week, Rob, if you recall, and late race caution came out, and that's how the 41 won the race.
Yeah, that is how the 41 won the race last week, and honestly, it's kind of shocking that another caution comes out with the 48 in the lead in this late.
And it looks like we're going to have 10 to go, possibly 9 to go once we get the green here. It'll be interesting to see who pits and who stays out. It looks like the 48 is staying out. Everybody else is going to pit except for the 88 and the 32.
Yeah, you said the 32 as well stayed out.
Yes, and it looks like the 32 will be restarting in second. Looks like they might.
Definitely know at this point in the race that track position is going to be crucial. So, but the question is did they make the right call by staying out?
Yes, because we have seen before. Yes, late race restarts, you want all the track position you can, but we have seen guys with newer tires just be able to make that seem not to matter as much as track position. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what happens.
At this point, I definitely think that the 88 made the right call by staying out, just because he hadn't really shown a whole lot of great speed tonight. So for him staying out, that's probably going to be the best choice for him, because he'll get eaten up on a restart if he's in the back.
Absolutely. Well, and I look at it as for the 48's sake, as a buffer for being run over here on the restart with guys that have tires. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as we get going here. So let me confirm with the tower to see how many laps there are to go.
Okay.
There was, 11? There's probably about 9 now.
Probably about that, I'd have to say.
8 or 9. When they go green, it'll probably be about 6 or 7. Are they going green now?
They are green, it appears, by the speed, so yes. Here comes the 88 and the 32. They're all over the back of the 48. This is exactly what the 32 needed to get right on the bumper of that 48, and it looks like the caution is back out.
It appeared that was on the 9.
Ah.
Yet again.
My God, I feel bad for the 9. It's hard to put into words how I feel for him.
Yeah, I mean, you watch a guy that comes in here knowing that this isn't his best track, trying to make something happen. He just hadn't had luck on his side tonight. He's just been in a lot of bad spots.
Yeah, they're going to have no more cautions and 5 to go here for the restart here, as they are back underway at Martinsville with 5 laps of racing to go. The 48 of Bradley Shores is able to take the lead. Trenton was able to get down to the bottom line for second position. And it looks like they are kind of wrecking in the field, but back in the field, but really not. It looks like the 48 might be able to pull away as we come to 4 to go this time at the line.
Yeah, this should be interesting. Maybe honestly, the 32 can maybe get under the 48. He has a car to do something with it.
Yep, and it looks like the 32 is able to get down there and possibly get up onto the back bumper of the 48, coming off of turn number 4 once again. 3 laps of racing to go for Martinsville.
This is very, very interesting, I have to say. I honestly feel the 32 might have the best car out there, but he just has to make it work.
If he can make it work and possibly do a bump and run, I think he will more than absolutely do it, because I think he remembers that stage 1 loss from the 48. 2 laps of racing to go at Martinsville. The 48 once again has the lead. Bradley Shores and Trenton Branson are battling out for this finish. Looks like the 32 might be able to get it here. It looks like he's better on entry, and the 48 is just better on exit right now.
Yeah, and it looks like the 32's there. Oh, he's going to hit the curve a little bit because he got blocked.
1 lap of racing to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
The 32 is just going to drive for everything he's got here. If he can get a move, he's going to do it.
Yep, absolutely, and they're coming down into 3 and 4 for the final time as the record in the back of the pack. And tick-tock, grandfather clock. The 48 is going to win at Martinsville. Bradley Shores takes the win.
There's caution.
It's not over. We are hearing that it is not over. We are going into NASCAR overtime. The race is not over. They did not take the checker. And that's actually one thing that
I don't agree with this game on, is that if you take the white flag, the next flag to wave should end the race.
Absolutely, but it looks like that's not the case.
It's just 704 for you. They don't do it that way, I guess.
Well, they're not. They really don't know what exactly is going on, because they didn't even know that they were going to stage racing between Heat Evo and Heat 2, and they had to reprogram the game basically. So they're really not in cohesiveness, and they really don't know what's going on with the sport, which is unfortunate. And the green flag is back out in the air for NASCAR overtime. It's going to be the 48 and the 32. This is going to be an absolute shit show as they go down into turn number 1. Oh, and the 9 plows into everybody.
Wow, that's gonna
really screw Trenton over,
and
and we're gonna probably have another caution for that. If we don't have another caution, it's gonna be ridiculous. Caution is out. We're gonna have round 2 of overtime.
We're in NASCAR overtime. This is some free racing here for defense.
And the 9 just pulled a typical move there of trying to get to the front, and he just ran over everybody. That was, that was obviously not the smart decision to make, but.
Yeah, but you do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going back into the second round of overtime, and the 48 and the 41 are going to be on the front row this time. Let's see what happens here as the green flag is back out in the air for NASCAR overtime round number 2.
I do believe that we have set
This is going to be another shit show. The 48 gets moved out of the way by the 41. The 41 takes the lead on the exit of 2. And here comes the 88. And it looks like they're going to try to go 3 wide for third. That's not going to work. And the 48 just plows into everybody. And he wrecks himself.
And he's around. Overtime.
And the 88 looks like he's going to take the lead, but caution?
Yes, caution.
Another period of NASCAR overtime. I need to stop getting so loud.
We have definitely broken and set a brand new record for cautions here at Martinsville tonight.
If we haven't, this is something.
I believe that the record is what?
More overtime, right, James? More overtime. Third overtime we are hearing from the tower.
Well, that puts
this is something.
On the restart.
Yep, and you think that 32 is thinking about some revenge here on the 9 car? Green flag is back out in the air here at Martinsville for the third overtime. The 88 has the lead going into turn number 1. What an absolute shit show. They are 3 wide going into turn number 1. And the 32 is going to take the lead.
The 32 to the lead.
And it looks like they're going to be able to clean and green. And unless there's probably going to be a caution for that.
Caution. Yep.
Caution is out. Fourth overtime attempt.
No, they're clean and green. The 32 is going to have the lead coming on the exit of 2. Coming down to turn number 3 for the final time. What's going to happen here? The 42 is going to try the dive bomb. And it looks like the 42 is going to win.
The checkered flag here at Martinsville.
The 42, Marcus wins at Martinsville.
What a move by the 42. Wow.
48 dominates and gets caught up in a late race shenanigan, and 42 wins. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'd say that's interesting enough.
That was definitely a bold move there from the 42.
He knew he had to get that thing to stick in there, man. That's the only way you got.
Wow, what a race by the 42. Able to just dive bomb it in there at the last possible second. The 32 of Trenton will finish second in his debut. And we are going to stick around for a little while at least and have a possible interview with the top 3 finishers.
Ah.
But I'm trying to I've got all my wires tangled up between my headphones and my headset for my PlayStation, so I'm trying to get myself disconnected here. But how about that race? That was an absolute crapshoot there at the end.
Oh yeah, that was.
The entire race was. I mean, the entire race was a demolition derby.
Yeah, for the most part, and that's kind of what you get with these short tracks sometimes. I'm going to try to get the top 3 finishers in here. I know Trent was one of them, and he's on my friends list, so I am going to send him an invite to the party. And we are going to go from there.
That was a heck of a finish there. Wow.
Trenton, hold your horses here. We are just trying. You are on stream right now. We are just trying to get the rest of the top 3 finishers in for some interviews here.
Bet.
So, and we will go ahead and invite James to the chat as well. Give me just one moment here, guys. This is what happens when people appear offline and I have to go searching. Oh, there he is. All right. That's fine. But let's just make sure, guys. I'm still. Hey guys, I'm still streaming, so I'm trying to bring order to this as we go on here. So please, I'm going to probably mute most of you as we're getting the rest of the top 3 in here. So who finished 3rd? Oh, okay. All right. So once I get Marcus in here, I'm going to mute you and Trenton here, and we're going to interview the top 3 finishers, if that's okay, Joe and Rob.
Yeah, sure.
But we're just kind of waiting on the winner here, and we'll go on from there. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting here. I'm trying to be as patient as I can. Today at some point. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute our 2nd place finisher. I'm going to interview 3rd place first. So here we go. Alrighty, we are here with the 3rd place finisher here, driver of the number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet of James Billups. James, that was quite the hell of a comeback that you had tonight, coming back from last multiple times to come back and finish 3rd. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It looked like you were kind of back in the back for most of the race, and all in all, you ended up getting a good finish, or the best finish that you could get. But Rob and or Joe, do you have any further questions? Absolutely.
Like I was hoping for it. Couldn't get break past, I think it was 19.3 in lap times.
Yeah, man, that's definitely that. Absolutely. Alrighty, we are here. Trenton, do you have your audio unmuted? Because apparently nobody can hear you. So nobody can hear anybody. Well, I know. Can you check your party settings though? Because I know people like to mute themselves. Okay, it's on always allow. Right on. We are here with the second place, or the second place finisher, driver of the number 32, Keen Parts, CorvetteParts.com Ford of Trenton Branson. Trenton, how's your race tonight?
Race was good. It was just survival of the fittest. Who was able to avoid the wrecks in the end is who was going to find victory lane. Yeah,
and you got bumped out of the way twice for a couple of wins here, the stage 1 win and the race win. What do you think about those? Do you have any comments on those?
I mean, it's racing, it's Martinsville. 42 didn't really bump me anyway. I just missed my spot and all for the win. And if I was in the 48 shoes, I mean, honestly, I probably would have done the same thing.
Right on. So how would you rate your race overall on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the best and 1 being the absolute worst.
Yeah, probably about right in the middle, around a 5 or a 6. As like I said, just couldn't avoid any of the wrecks there towards the end. And just finally avoided one and put us in position to even get where we finished today.
Right on. Do we have any other questions from Rob and or Joe?
No. I'm just going to say congrats in the second place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks a lot for your time. Does anybody have the 42 blocked? It's Marcus. I don't know his gamer tag off the top of my head, but whoever has him blocked, they need to unblock him so I can get him into this party. I don't either. Well, it carries. It carries over. Oh well, rip. You got him unblocked? Can I get another invite or suggestion, James? Thank you. Any other reactions from Rob and or Joe for the end of this race here? Absolutely. I just dropped another invite here to the 42, so we'll see what happens. And as we are ever so waiting so patiently on our race winner, we are trying to get him in here ever so quickly to possibly interview him for the race win. And he can still not join the party. That's weird. I don't know. Maybe here's what we need to do. We'll ask you to leave, and then I can get him in here. Guarantee you that's what's causing it. Alrighty, so send me another suggestion. I have you muted. Send me another suggestion, James, and we'll try again. Third time's the charm. Brad left. What the hell? Yes, I told him to leave. That way we could get Marcus in here, because I'm guaranteeing you that's what's causing the issue. Try one more time. Third time's the charm, you know. We'll see what happens here. Thank you, one viewer, for being ever so patient as we're trying to get the winner of the race. Man, I'm getting kind of tired, man. This was the long stream, 2 hours. There we go. There's Marcus. There's our winner. Marcus, you got a copy? Alrighty. About freaking time. Well, congratulations on your first win, at least from the races that I've been watching. How was your race out there tonight? What was that move like? What was that move like coming on the entrance of 3 there on the last lap, trying to get around that 32 car for the win?
For that very, very great and hard battle.
Sure, absolutely. You know, that was probably one of the cleanest battles we've seen at Martinsville when it comes down to late in the race.
Hard for letting me race tonight. I thank him. You know, I think the 48 had great battles. There was battles everywhere, but you know, it's just mainly just good racing, though it got crazy at the end.
Right, absolutely. Well, we thank you very much for your time and your patience, or our patience anyway, of trying to get you in here, and we look forward to seeing you next race. And that will conclude our broadcast. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and we will see you in the next video.